Good morning, people. It's Charlie, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone's doing all right today. As always, we're back with Bitesize Leeds, all the latest goings on in the wonderful world of Leeds United Football Club, transfer news about Leeds in general. It all goes down on Bitesize Leeds, guys. Just before I get into today's instalment, smash that like button, please subscribe, share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and let's get right into it. So then, guys, let's get straight into it then. First up, just briefly on Marc Roca. His medical is scheduled for today. So he should be at Thorpe Park today for his medical in order to complete his £10 million or £12 million move from Bayern Munich. He'll sign a 4-year deal until 2026. And he will hopefully be announced as a Leeds United player by close of business today. As soon as it's announced, I will do a brief reaction on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But yeah, I just thought I'd start off by just giving a brief update on Marc Roca. Hopefully we will hear something today about that one, so make sure you keep your eyes on Twitter, on Instagram, Facebook, however you find out your Leeds United news, because something should break today concerning Marc Roca. Moving on then, it does seem like Leeds United are starting to prepare for Calvin Phillips to leave the club. It does seem like inevitable now. It's just a matter of time that he will sign for Manchester City, which if he does, I wish him all the best. He's been an amazing player for our club, especially over the last 4 or 5 years. You know, there was definitely a time where I did want KP to leave. I wanted to keep Vieira over KP, but it just shows you what a manager can do, and Bielsa turned him into this superstar that he is now. And, you know, if we can get 50 million for him based on his age, his injury record, yeah, I would take the 50 million. That's not me saying I want him to go by any stretch of the imagination. I do want KP to stay. I'm just accepting the fact that it's going to happen now and that he is going to join City. But we do seem to be preparing for him to leave. I've seen Tyler Adams linked, which seems realistic just because Marshall's worked with him before. He's American. He's played in the Red Bull network, all that jazz. But there's another name that I've seen linked, and that is Romeo Lavia, I believe his name is, from Manchester City, ironically, which a lot of people seem to think that this is going to be like part of the deal for Phillips. I don't think it will be. If we're going to get him, it won't have anything to do contractually to the Calvin Phillips deal. I think Phillips will leave for about 45, 50 million pound. And then we'll be able to reinvest that money in some new midfield signings. Phil Hay did say that once, or if Phillips goes, that Leeds will sign other players to replace him, which is good to hear. Because if we didn't, that would be just negligent, so negligent if we didn't try and replace him. I think I'm not 100% sure if Phillips would suit the Jesse Marsch system anyway. Of course, I would still want him to stay and try and get better in that system, but I think there is definitely system-based players out there that we could definitely get for under £50 million, where we wouldn't need to waste all of that in one signing. Obviously, we've signed Marc Roca, which looks like at the most it's going to be £12 million, which isn't a lot really in this market for the potential of a good signing that Roca has got to be as well. But Lavia's part of he was part of the City first team squad on quite a few occasions last season. I believe he's about 18, 19 years old. He's a midfielder, and obviously Leeds want to strengthen in that area. I think regardless of if Phillips goes or not, midfield was definitely an area that Leeds needed to strengthen in, but it's become more of an issue now with Phillips going. So I do think we will prepare for that. Another name that I've seen linked as well is Sander Berge. Apparently Leeds are exploring that option or thinking about maybe having a look at him. Sander Berge is ready-made for the Premier League. He had an injury at Sheffield United, but since he's come back, he's been amazing. That guy can play Premier League football, and is tailor-made for the Leeds United way as well, for the Jesse Marsh system. I just pray that we go after him. I'll be honest, I don't think we're going to get Sander Berge, but it's definitely a name that I would highly recommend Leeds United go and sign. And finally, on this morning's upload, people, it's just a brief one today. But finally, I just want to discuss Arnaud Kalimwendo. I think that's how you pronounce his name. According to the Independent, Leeds United have made a bid of around 20 million euros for the PSG striker, who has spent the last 2 seasons on loan at Lens, or Len, however you pronounce it. He's got good numbers over those 2 seasons as well. I think he scored something like 20 goals in the season just gone, which is a good return. But apparently the deal can be complicated with how PSG are wanting to negotiate. I don't know the full ins and outs of that, but according to Independent, it's going to be a complicated transfer to get done. That makes me believe that it's not going to get done. I don't think Orta and Rads will want to mess about with PSG if they're trying to be difficult about it. But, you know, it does seem like a good striker, so hopefully it can be less complicated and we could pull that off. But yeah, that's all I've got on this morning's upload. If you didn't check out my reaction to the fixtures yesterday, then go check that out. That's on the channel as well. That'd be much appreciated. But yeah, keep an eye out for an upload potentially later on this evening once Marc Roca has officially signed. But other than that, guys, have a great weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday morning for Bitesize Leeds, and I'll see you in a bit. Smash that like button, actually, sorry. Smash that like button, please subscribe, share all of your thoughts and opinions down below. It's good to see all of your thoughts on the current goings on, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.